Okay, this is the easy chord song. So the opening riff, which is also the verse, I start off just by like sort of gallop picking on the open D. So it goes like, and then the notes are the seventh fret of the A string and the fourth fret of the A string. So I just go. And then I play a power chord on the seventh fret, just a drop D like bar power chord, and then I go up to the ninth fret, back to the seventh, back up to the ninth, back to the seventh, up to the ninth again, and then I slide from the ninth up to the 11th fret, not the 12th, like just the one right before. So it's sorry. So the whole thing together sounds like. So I do that a total of 3 times, and then what I call the chorus, I do these 9 chords again, the ones where you have like a barred chord, and then you put the ring finger onto the note 2 frets above where you're barring, like on the higher D string. So it would be pointer barring the 4th fret of the low D and the A, and then your ring finger on the 6th fret of the higher D string. So it would be like, and then you just move that whole chord up 3 frets so that you're barring the 7th fret, and now your ring is on the 9th fret of the higher D string. So altogether it sounds like. And then the next 2 chords are, you basically kind of do octave leads up here. So like your pointer is on the 9th fret of the A string, and your ring is on the 11th fret of the G string. And then how you play like octave leads. And then you're just basically like keeping the open D open, like the low D string. So that's being played like as I'm doing the leads. And then I just move the octave down 2 frets, but I keep playing the open low D string. So it's like. So all together it sounds like. And then the very last time you play, this is once again like 3 total times, but in the chorus, the 3rd time I strum it differently, so I'm kind of palm muting and galloping it. It's just like this. It goes. So it's like, yeah. And then back to the verse. So then comes the bridge part, which is more on like the softer side, but it's basically so a lot of it uses the open B and the open E strings. So those are like pretty much being played, just those open notes, and for the most part, you're like putting your ring finger on the 7th fret of the D string, and your middle on the 6th fret of the G string. So you're playing like this A major kind of thing, and then you're adding these into it. So it's but the first note you play during this whole bridge is open D, and then you play the G string with your finger on the 6th fret. I use the middle. I find it the most convenient for this part. And then I do the open B, back to the G, down to the high E string, the G string again, back to the B, G. So it's really hard to explain without just playing it, so I'm just going to play it. So it goes like... So yeah, I was a little wrong actually the way I explained it. So basically it's open D, G string, B string, which is open, G string, high A string, then you play the B string, then you play the G string, and then you play the D string. The very last one is the D string, which the ring finger is on the 7th fret. So I hope I explained that well enough. But then the second time is the exact same thing, except you instead of playing open D, you play open A. So it's the same exact pattern, just with open A at the beginning. So altogether, it sounds like... I'm just gonna play it again, like with the frets visible, because I know it's kind of off the frame. But so it's like... And then the last 3 chords are, I guess you could call them chords, but I'm strumming each individual note. But so the first time, or I guess the first chord formation is the pointer on the 4th fret of the low D string, the ring finger on the 6th fret of the G string. So you play those, and then open B, and then back to the G string. So it's like... And then after you do that once, you move that whole formation down 2 frets. So you're playing like with the pointer on the 2nd fret of the low D, and the ring on the 4th fret of the G. So it's... but then you're adding in the open B, so it's like... So yeah, the way how it looks like strumming wise is... And then the very last chord, which is going to sound really out of tune on this guitar, but it's I do the same pattern, but way up here. So it's like your pointer is on the 12th fret of the low D string, and your ring is on the 14th. And then for some reason the open B doesn't sound good here, so I do the open E instead. So it's like... But that's the only difference. Like, so with these two, I play the open B string. But then for this one, I play the open E. So that whole part altogether is like this. And then the part leading up to the last, like to the ending, is pretty short. But there's only one weird chord. The rest are just barred drop D style chords. But the first chord is kind of like a major 7. So you play, it's just like a regular power chord. But then the one additional note is on the 6th fret of the G string. This one here. So it's... so you got your pointer on the 5th fret of the A string, ring finger on the 7th fret of the D string, and your middle finger on the 6th fret of the G string. So you do this note, or this chord, I'm sorry. And then just the barred power chords. So those barred power chords are just on the 4th fret and the 2nd fret. So you just do that twice, and then it goes into like the kind of breakdown-ish part, which the only tricky part I think would be like the strumming, because the chords are just basically 7th fret barred, 2nd fret barred, 4th fret barred, and then 12th fret barred. And also I do the 9 on this one, so the ring finger is on the 14th fret, like what I was doing in the chorus. So you got your pointer on the 12th fret of the D string, low D string, pointer on the 12th fret of the low D string, pointer finger also on the 12th fret of the A string, and then middle finger on the, no, I'm sorry, ring finger on the 14th fret of the D string. So once again, I'm sorry, I feel like I messed up. So it's pointer finger on the 12th fret of the low D string, pointer finger also on the 12th fret of the A string, and then ring finger on the 14th fret of the D string, the high D string. So that's the one weird chord. The rest are just barred, and then the way I play it is just... And then the very last part is basically, it's kind of like the verse, but just with a little thing added onto it. So it's this riff here, and this. And then as opposed to going back to the... You would just play the 4th fret barred and then the 2nd fret barred, and it's strummed in triplets, so it's like... So yeah, I'm probably just gonna play that last part like the way it actually, because I feel like I didn't play it exactly the way that I play it in the song, just because I kind of jumped in out of nowhere. But so it's I guess I'll just start from like the breakdown-ish part and transition into the ending, and I'll try to make like the guitar as visible as possible so that it's not confusing. So basically it's like and that is basically the song. So yeah.